There were many ways that you could tell what class a person was in. One way was their outfit. They would have very different fabrics. Upper class would have fabrics like silk and velvet because they were imported at a very high expense that only the upper class could afford. They also had very different colors. Upper class would wear colors like red, purple, and blue. These colors were much harder to make, so only the richer would have them. Peasants would wear more dull colors like off-white, brown, yellow, and sometimes green because that is what they could afford. Back in the Renaissance time, they didn't have the types of chemicals and dyes that we use to dye clothes today. So they had to get creative for what they used to dye clothes. Some of the things that they used were kind of disgusting. For yellow, they used ginger and straw. For gray, they used raffia, ash, and coal. For blue, they used milk and wheat. For green, they used goose turd and willow. For brown, they used puke and a type of fern called manna. For red, they used wine, water, and a type of bug called cashmere. For orange, they would use marigold and peach. The upper and lower class had many different details and accessories. Some details the upper class would often have are bead details and slash sleeves. Some accessories are wooden fans and hats. The only accessories that the lower class wore were aprons. They wore aprons whenever they were working, which was most of the time. In the beginning of the Renaissance period, they would wear very delicate shoes because they were often hidden under long skirts. It wasn't until 1553 when the Princess of Urbino came all the way to France to marry the Duke of Orleans. She wore high heels to appear taller, and later many more copied. The upper class and lower class had very different wardrobes because the lower class couldn't afford the same things as the upper class.